Hey, welcome back. Bob the Vaping Computer Guy here. Today I want to show you a tank. This is the GooCig Aries tank. Okay, so here's an up close, the unboxing anyway. We'll fool around with this new tank and then we'll come back and review it. Right now, let's just do a quick look at it here. This is the Aries sub-ohm tank by, I guess they pronounce it either GooCig or GooCig, G-O-O-C-I-G. So that's your tank there. Extra Pyrex and coil. So what we got. It's a nice looking tank. Of course, their logo's pretty big on it. So they really want to get their name known. So let's see. Standard tip. Airflow. 1, 2, or 3. And that's turning with the blue. You'd think you'd want to turn it by here, but it's not. It's by the logo area. Screw that. And we have a coil in there. Obviously the tank. Looks like this is this part of the top. Can't be because, well, yeah. There you go. So that shows you how that's designed. I guess those two parts will screw apart, allowing that to come off and go onto a new tank, a new Pyrex. We have one coil in there already. Let's see what we got. So this is coming with, let's take a look here because I'll never be able to read this. Looks like a 0.5 ohm coil. So that's a 0.5. 0.5. So you got, looks like 2.5 ohm coils there. Now, this tank is selling for $35.99 on their website, or at least that's their list price. But you also got here separately the RBC base. Some cotton, a screwdriver, a coil, 2 screws. Come on, focus. There you go. Base. So it looks like it doesn't come with the screws in the base. They're in the bag. We got to add them in there. Single coil build. And that's what we're going to end up doing on here. Certainly a snug fitting tank there. Screw it in the center there. We should make sure that's tight. That's the top to the base after you put it on. Yeah, not a lot of turns, couple turns. And there we go. So we're gonna go clean this sucker up. We're gonna start using it, and we'll come back and see how she vapes. Okay, so let's take a little closer look at this Aries tank by GooCig. That's what I'm going to call them. It's a very simple design. It's a very nice tank. It works very well. Here's your RBA base. I have a nickel coil on there right now. It's a little bent out of shape. I was just washing this up. But pretty simple. 2-post. I find the screws don't go very deep. So in other words, when you're trying to get your wire under there, a lot of times the screw will have to be so far up it will pop out. So you almost have to wind it around the screw and then screw it down, and then put the whole screw in and screw it down. I found that a little bit with thicker wire, anything from 26 gauge and below. But other than that, we got some good airflow in there, nice size holes. So you have no problem with any air restriction. So there you go on the base there. That's the RBA base. You can see the size of that in there. Three air holes. Come on, focus. So, RBA base gets screwed into there. Threading is very nice. You actually can leave the base in there and rebuild right on it. No problems with that. Of course, that little top will come off as well. This doesn't take too many turns. Let me dry that off. It's a little wet from washing it, makes it hard to hold. So I was worried in the beginning because it's just a couple of turns. And I was worried that that wouldn't sandwich in well enough, but it does. It works well. You would think that this is for your air control. You would think that this would be for your air control, but it's actually just below it. This is more of a grip for removing the tank. I thought maybe they did that up here too, at this little flattened area. Come on, focus here. So basically you would just hold the whole thing and it would open right up. It is simple. It works well. You can rebuild if you got about half foot full of fluid. You can turn this upside down, take out your tank, change your coil, rebuild a coil while still holding this with your liquid in here, and work on it, which is nice. It's not a sandwiched in tank that's between the top and bottom. It's attached. I haven't tried changing this out. You can see how the replacement tank is. I'm assuming this is just screwed in, and that you would have to hold that with a pair of tweezers, a pair of pliers, and remove that. I haven't tried doing that yet. I don't want to mess it up. I'm enjoying this tank and don't want to take that apart, but I guess if you broke the tank, it would be necessary and you'd have to figure it out then. So, coils that it comes with. Nice. Only 2 air holes in here. Would have been nice if they had air all the way around on that. The airflow on the bottom is quite large though. See in there, single coil, a lot of cotton in there. Let's take out that RBA. So there you go. Let's go back up and talk about it. Been using this tank for about a week now, this GooCig tank, and I've been very happy with it. Surprisingly, it works. Surprisingly, it works great with nickel. Some things like the Goblin Mini I reviewed recently are terrible on nickel. They just don't work with temperature control. This has been working excellent with temperature control. I've done a couple of builds on it with no problems. This is the first time using one of their actual coils in here. And yeah, it's great. No leaking. It's easy to put together, easy to clean, easy to work on. It's a nice tank. I'm happy with it. Tell you the one complaint that I have about it, and there's only one. It whistles. It's a noisy tank. That was on 1 air hole, and it seems fine. If I go to 3 air holes, it's fine. 3 here. Now let's go to 2. And 2 seems to be where I've been having the problem. Or where it's been noisy. Not really a problem. Let's try 2. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, on 2 air holes, you're sucking through a whistle here. I've had that both. This is with their coil, and I've had that when I'm rebuilding. So for some reason with 2 air holes, which is probably, I think, more average, not too much, not too little, it's what most people would probably use, it's what I'd like to use, it's extremely noisy. Even when you're alone vaping, it's annoying. You don't want to hear whistling coming from your device. Let's try again. Yeah, so that's annoying, and that's happened, like I said, with their coils and when I build a coil. 1 air hole. Not bad, and 3 wasn't bad. Yeah, so that's my only downside that I can find to this tank, and that's just some kind of design flaw where that amount of air just passing through the holes just happens to be enough to cause a whistle. There's 3 now. Yeah, so other than that, it's a nice tank. I'll put a link below to the site. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else. I ran into them at a show, and it's going for it's about $35 for the tank. Also, the downside is they're not giving you the rebuildable base. You have to buy that separately. So the tank list price in the tank, I think, is $35, and then $15 for the rebuildable base. So that's annoying. If you don't care about rebuilding, fine, you buy the tank. But for most of us that do, you expect that rebuildable base to be included. And considering how many tanks there are out there that are already included in that $35, $40 price range, it ends up being a little pricey. It's a nice tank though. It's well designed. It screws together well. 0 leaking problems. I love how easy it is. It's very easy to open up to fill and to replace the base without losing your juice. It comes with an extra Pyrex. Comes with 2 0.5 ohm coils, which actually, when I popped that coil on, it was showing 0.8. Now it's showing, come on, no, 0.64. So it's showing 0.64 on there now. It's a 0.5 ohm coil and started at 0.8. So no big concern there, but it is doing that. There is a lot of cotton in there, so it seems like it wicks well, even with just the 2 cotton holes on the side of the coil, of replaceable coil. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Not much more I could say about it than that, but it is a good tank. It does work well. It is solid. I would certainly pick up another one of these, if I saw it at a better price than their list price there. I got this a little cheaper at the show. I think it was like 25 and 10 for the base, so it was like 35. That's a reasonable price. That would be a good $35 for the tank with the base would be great. But there you go. There's the GooCig Aries tank.